Welcome back, everyone, to the CB Show. I'm Chris.
And I'm Brandon.
So we're glad you're here with us on this Good Friday. So, what do you think of our new studio, Brandon?
Listen, man, one successful week from good feedback from the drivers, and we get bumped up. So hopefully,
I think it's not just drivers. I think we're getting some other, getting some sponsorship or some use from outside, even our workforce. Which is,
That's awesome.
The CB Show is going places.
Just share it, man. Like and share.
So if you remember that thumbs up I gave, just keep liking that our show. So this is a good time of year for us in PA. We got the sun starting to come out, and the birds are chirping, and the trees are blooming. Grass is starting to grow. Kids are out playing. Definitely. And so it's like for us in Pennsylvania, especially, like we're getting that over that hump, getting through this over this tough winter. We had a tough winter up here in the Northeast. We really got hammered. So it's refreshing almost. But the sad thing is we still have cold nights. And so last night we had an incident, and Brandon got one of those calls in the morning that we don't want to get, but as part of his role, he took that call, and we kind of give it some details of what occurred last night. So
I got an early call this morning. I was laying in bed, and phone rings. Wake up. Driver had a mishap up on the Pocono Mountains there. Ran on some black ice and lost control. It was pretty treacherous. I mean, he took a throwing around, but luckily for everybody, he had a seatbelt on.
Yep.
Protected himself. He did get banged up, a couple bumps and bruises, but for the most part, I don't see anything being longevity of him because of the seatbelt. It was a big saver. So we're glad that he's home resting now, and hopefully he's back in just a couple of days.
Awesome. Again, we'll say it again. We're glad he's home resting. Nobody's hurt seriously,
Right.
and he'll be able to enjoy this Easter weekend, I guess,
Right.
Absolutely. And share it with his family. So again, it is that time. It's a lesson learned.
Yeah.
We think we're in the clear, and boom.
But those nights drop down real quick, cold
Yep.
temperatures, and that black ice it's nothing to be playing with. So be careful out there when we're doing it.
Well, this week, we're going to start a new segment. It's exciting. It's a weekly update, right?
Weekly update. All right.
So, Brandon, why don't you lead us off on the the weekly update?
Well, as I mentioned in a couple safety videos in the past, I started keeping track of our monthly miles, and I'm updating there to put our crash rating out there. And in the month of March, we rolled over 3 million miles.
Wow.
3 million miles. Yep.
That's probably a record for us as a company. Yeah. I would think. How many DOT reportable accidents were in that?
We did have two DOT reportables. However, for us, the good thing is neither one were our fault. We were not at fault for either accident.
Any injuries?
No serious injuries.
That's awesome.
So everything worked out. Everybody involved, even though we're not at fault. It's still nice to see that nobody else gets hurt. Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
So how about we touched last week on a big topic of workman's comp, keeping the slip and falls and the accidents. How about that? Do we have any of those injuries?
We do have one. We had one reportable. One of our drivers, tweaked his wrist doing the job. It doesn't look like anything major. We're hoping like maybe a splint for a couple of weeks, and he should be back. And it doesn't look like anything long term. Okay. Looks like we should be okay coming out of that.
Well, again, we reiterate, get out and stretch, do whatever you possibly can, because you have a sprain. Like I have a broken wrist from 20 years ago. It still will bother me at times. So it's like sometimes those injuries are still everlasting. I think that's what Again, Joe touched on that last week. It was a great thing to learn and hear from. So we just need to apply that to our lives daily. So. Hey, how about how many drivers joined us this week?
Wow, this week we had a good class.
Yeah.
We had a good class 4. Very good. We had Howard and Eldon, Dee and Gary all joined us, and next week it's looking like we're getting 3 to 4 again. So,
wow.
I mean, things are.
It seems like we've been hitting that 3 to 4 number each week. That's great.
That's really good.
I believe right now our fleet's at the highest number of drivers and trucks running at one time in the history of the company. So that's a testament to. Of the growth of the company and the things that are going on here. So, one, not unrelated to safety, but kind of, we have a new account on board. We hope this week we should be getting our first load. So after 15 years, USG plant over in Washingtonville, but they were more so Danville.
Yeah.
The wallboard plant is going to give us our first shipment. And I can tell you, after 15 years of trying, this is like a big day when we get that first
a lot of
load
hard
on
work
our
put
tree.
involved in that. A lot of hard work.
With that said, we have an opportunity for some drivers who want to transport those shipments, to become part of that fleet. So to reach out to who would they?
So it is a flatbed. It's flatbed basically dedicated. They run the stores, Home Depots, Lowe's, stuff like that, deliver the drywall. But if you are in our fleet and you want to be considered for that portion, reach out to myself or Troy. Troy handles all of our flatbedding dispatch. However, if you have someone that does flatbed and you want to see, you want to encourage them to join our company, reach out to me and or our recruiter Tony. We'll set everybody up and get everything rolling. Hopefully
Awesome.
we can continue to grow now.
Yeah, I think right now we're guaranteed 3 loads a day. So this is again, we're elated that this opportunity to come. We're going to take care of the account and continue to grow with that.
Absolutely.
So I guess now we talk a little bit of safety, right? But before we get started, I got to share this story with you. You don't know this, what happened to me. So every Tuesday, I got to go over to Conair and do a little thing for our one of the customers that services Conair. And so as I'm leaving there, I pull up to the red light, and there's a left turning lane, and there's a straight lane. I'm in the straight lane. The red light's there, and I'm here, and I look down at my phone and check my emails. Think I'm doing the right thing. Stopped at the red light, checking it out. And, out of the corner of my eye, I see the left turning lane go. And I see the car move. So my brain thought, oh, I must have a green light. Well, I leave off the brake and out the intersection I go. And I look up and I'm like, uh-oh, I have a red light. So it just taught me quickly that our brains, we keep talking about this distraction. Our brains do not have the ability to comprehend a lot of things at once. They always say, what's that, walk and chew gum at the same time? Yeah. It really is. It's the truth.
Multitasking, man.
It's a lot going on. I was looking at my phone, I'm concentrating on emails, and now a car moves, and my brain automatically thinks, oh, I have a green light, and if I don't move, the cars behind me are going to blow the horn because I didn't move. In reality, I was at a red light. So, again, it just... We talk on this distracted driving, and here I thought I was even at a parked red light, and how quick something can change that quickly. So luckily I didn't get out there and get T-boned.
Going off to what Joe said last week, when you're in that wheel, when you're behind that wheel and you're a driver, you're a driver.
Yep.
That's where you need to focus. All the distractions are so simple, and I mean, little as that, the biggest complaint is these 4-wheelers out there. Everybody wants to complain that everybody's texting, paying attention to the phone. When you're a professional driver behind a big rig, you can't stop on a dime like you,
Right.
So definitely want to pay attention when you're a driver to driving.
Yeah, lesson learned.
Yes.
I'll take that one on the chin there for myself. So, I guess we have another, when we talked earlier about spring, right?
Yeah.
So what happens in spring in Pennsylvania, especially Pennsylvania, because our roads are terrible.
I'm going to say northeastern United States.
Yeah.
A big thing is we always say there's 2 seasons. You have winter and construction. Well, when the nice days come along, so does construction. So as you're going down the road, you're going to see all kinds of signs, especially these signs right here. The construction ahead, construction entrance, merge points, a big one there. Give them a break. Definitely. That, it's something we want to do. I want to make sure that we're slowing down, we're merging the proper portions, and give everybody an opportunity to continue through. There's some statistics here I'd like to discuss real quick with everybody. 31% of accidents in construction zones involve a large vehicle, whether it's a box truck or one of our vehicles, like a tractor trailer, like we all operate every day. 31% of all fatalities are involved. Is the bigger size.
That's a big
vehicles.
number,
It's huge.
31%.
Yeah, and so rolling off of that, you have right here. This is huge. This is very interesting. 5.4 minutes. Every 5.4 minutes, there's an accident that occurs in a construction zone.
Wow.
So when you factor that into a full day, and how you figure all that out, it bumps up, and they're saying that there are 70 accidents each day that resolve into an injury. So it results right into an injury 70 times a day. When you multiply that, because you have construction companies that are open 7 days a week, like that's an astronomical number. And then the worst one is where you look at the last category there. You have 12 accidents in a construction zone every week where someone gets fatally killed. It's just mind-blowing that 12 people a week on average
don't get home to their families.
Yep, they don't get to go home. I mean, that's our biggest goal.
Right.
We want to send everybody out here back home to their families, healthy and everything like that. And there's 12 of them that do not make it home every week.
Well, on top of that, I remember last year we had an accident. I think it was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And it was one of our trucks was coming into a construction zone, and he had the pesky phone in his hands. We saw the video, and he's looking down, and we saw the link to the video, and he's looking down, looking up. He's doing one of these, and it goes back to what we said, the distraction that our brains can't comprehend. And up ahead, the construction zone was stopped. The construction zone was stopped, dead stop. But his brain was thinking that they were moving, because probably the other lane was moving.
Yeah. He's still moving.
Right, he's moving, but the brain was not picking up that they were at dead stop. And I think we rear-ended about at 60 miles an hour into a Cadillac car.
Yep.
Thank goodness, that there was no fatal injuries or serious injuries.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
very scary video.
Yeah, it was one of the worst videos of the last year. We don't want to see them. So it's why we sit here and we talk about these videos. It's why we talk about these cell phones. It's the distraction that you face, and it's not just you. You're dealing with the motorists out there as well. So I guess what can a driver do? We touched last week. Like you just touched earlier, driver. If you're behind the wheel, you're a driver. That's your only focus. But what are some of the other things you got to do?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the signs are there. The warning signs are there. The construction people put the signs out. Left lane closed. I just seen them all day. Riding up 81. It's so annoying. I get it, but they say left lane closed 2 miles. Left lane closed 1 mile. Reduce the speed when you see that. Merge early. This whole thing we wait till the very end, and you got the whole pushing and who's going to flex and who's going to let somebody in.
Right.
Just get over. Merge early. Respect the speed limit that they have posted.
Right.
There's a reason they post the speed limit. It's because they feel it's the safest way. Doing their studies that's safe for the construction zone. So you merge early. You be very considerate of your surroundings, especially when you come on top of that. You never know when that construction person or vehicle is going to come out and you're going to cause this accident. So we always want to be very high alert when we're in construction zones. Reduce our speed for sure. I mean, if we have to go 5 mile an hour below the speed limit and do a construction zone, that's much better than what definitely could happen. So always take them with extra caution. I mean, you cannot be careful enough around construction zones.
Yeah, it's like we say to you, get home safely, but what we're saying in the construction zone, not only you get home to your family safely. How about the construction workers getting home there safely? So again, it's such a serious issue. I mean, look at the stats; it backs it up. So again, this is to alert everybody that it is a problem, and let's be the professionals here, Watson.
We want everybody going home safe.
Right. So I guess that's wraps up week 2 of the CB show.
Week 2.
But before we go, I guess we give a shout out to our sponsor.
Yeah. Continuous sponsor.
Yeah. Provide all
the drinks and the cover up here. So we're doing good. We're doing all right.
Yeah. Shout out to Patton Logistics Group and the family companies there. So you got anything planned this weekend?
Well, it's Easter weekend, man.
Oh yeah.
A couple egg hunts.
I forget about that.
Egg hunts and dyeing eggs and
You got family coming over? You cooking?
Oh, we're gonna go to my in-laws.
Oh yeah.
My wife's parents. Yep, we'll head up there Sunday. So yeah, it'll be a good weekend.
I have gotten in trouble, by the way, by my wife now.
For no shout out.
I never give her a shout out, so I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna spend Easter with the kids and some family
And your
cook
wife.
and my wife, of course.
Yes.
And my kids are a little older. We don't do the Easter egg hunts anymore.
Yeah, I got one little one that loves the Easter eggs.
But we do get the baskets and the goodies out and stuff like that. So I have to figure out what we're cooking though. So any suggestions? Maybe throw it on the YouTube. No, just I guess again, until next time,
Hey, stay safe. Do what you do. Continue doing what we're doing. And we want to make sure everybody gets home to their families. That's our primary goal.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Everybody just get home to their families, and so we can enjoy these weekends together. So until next time, we'll see you.
Yeah. Have a good
weekend. Thanks, everyone.